Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Trek Cannon, where today we're going to be discussing if Lieutenant Commander Data could defeat the infamous Kobayashi Maru test. And see, here's the thing. For people who watch my channel, you guys know I could give a simple answer to this, but the thing is, I like to give people a little bit of canon based on why I think the way that I do. And today I wanted to do just that, and because I figure it's an interesting thought experiment. First off, Data has never taken the Kobayashi Maru. There's only a few people in Star Trek canon that has taken the Kobayashi Maru. For instance, some people might be remiss to believe that Counselor Deanna Troi, during her bridge officer's test, actually had the Kobayashi Maru test. Nope. It had a win scenario. It had an actual win scenario that was in a test. Basically, that eliminated it from being a Kobayashi Maru. So what is the Kobayashi Maru? Basically, the Kobayashi Maru test is a no-win situation test designed by Starfleet to basically test the character, command style, and discipline of its Starfleet cadets, basically by putting them into a situation where they have to rescue the cargo ship, the USS or the regular cargo ship or whatever, the Kobayashi Maru, that has drifted into the neutral zone. Now, the test itself was first featured in Star Trek canon in the movie The Wrath of The Wrath of Khan. That's what it was. Lieutenant Savick took the test where she had some of the bridge officers of Kirk's crew in attendance, and she famously failed. Now, what is the issue with the neutral zone? Why did they make that part of this test? Now, originally, the neutral zone was a buffer between the Klingon-Romulan Alliance and the Federation, Starfleet, okay? It was put in place by the Organians during the episode The Errand of Mercy, and it was called the Treaty of Organia. Now, the thing is that there's been a lot of times that ships of different places have went into the neutral zone. There's been issues, but the Organians never seem to, interfere with that like they did in Errand of Mercy. I know they got the power. Look, that's going to probably have to be an inconsistent Trek, but I digress. Now, out of all the people who has taken the Kobayashi Maru test in Star Trek canon, it's only been 2 people who has passed the Kobayashi Maru test. There has been Captain James T. Kirk, well, I should say Cadet James T. Kirk, where he famously reprogrammed the scenario after he lost, basically giving him an advantage. In the Kelvin timeline, he was reprimanded and demoted for that action. In the normal timeline, they gave him they gave him a commendation for thinking outside the box. The other person that took the test was Dal from Star Trek Prodigy. He ended up taking the test, I believe, like 12 or 13 times, where he ended up finally passing. Now, I believe that Boimler, people say that Boimler took the test, but see, the thing is that Boimler's test also had a win scenario, which means it couldn't have been a Kobayashi Maru test. Now, I could be wrong on that, but y'all know how I am. So, character, command style, and discipline. These are the test parameters of the Kobayashi Maru. So, how does Data stack up if he was to have taken that test? Now, first of all, the reason that Data didn't take the test is because Data is a science officer. The people who take the Kobayashi Maru is usually restricted to people who are on the command track. So, red shirts for anything TNG after, and gold shirts for the original series. So, first, let's deal with the first criteria, discipline. Is Data disciplined? Because Data is an android, Data is one of the most disciplined people in Starfleet. That being said, Data has all kind of capabilities to go alongside that discipline that basically gives him superhuman abilities. Data is... If I was to think about it, Lieutenant Commander Data, not being a captain, has saved his ship more than any other crew member in all Star Trek series, probably combined. Lieutenant Commander Data upholds Starfleet principles as much as he possibly can. He infamously would have chosen to be disassembled and rather lie to get hit. He chose to lie and risk being disassembled than risk his crew going back and being killed in the episode Clues, I believe. So Data's character is impeccable. That being said, Data can be tricked or reprogrammed and become one of the most deadliest people, or possessed and become one of the most deadliest people on the crew as well. Yeah, it's been times where those superhuman abilities have been used to single-handedly take over the Enterprise in such a way that the people on the Enterprise didn't even know where they was. Yeah, he's very efficient. All right, let's talk about Data's character. Data is also, look, Data's character. Data is raining, so if y'all hear that in the background, that's what's going on. So Data's character is the type of individual who, on some tips, is one of the most immature or childish or naive, I should more accurately say, members on the ship. And on the other tip, he has abilities that far exceed people. So that being said, the right people under the right conditions have been able to literally trick Lieutenant Commander Data. He famously lost a game of chess with Dr. Beverly Crusher. Kilrami beat him in Stratagema. What was his name? Roga Danar used better tactics against Data to have Data lost. Like, there's been a lot of situations where Data has been tricked, okay? Or Data's abilities didn't serve him as well as a lot of people would have thought that they would have. And that leads me into his strategy, his command style. Every time the Data is in command of the Enterprise, his command style is, again, impeccable. Not even of just the Enterprise. That episode where, that two-parter, where he took command of that one aircraft and exposed the Romulans, disobeyed Starfleet orders and everything like that. His strategy is great. His command style, great. How he communicates with the crew, how he gets things done, how he listens to Worf, how he was able to discipline Worf. All of these things will play a factor in him communicating with his bridge officers in taking the Kobayashi Maru. Now, the thing about the Kobayashi Maru also is that the Kobayashi Maru, being programmed to be a no-win scenario, it is an adaptive program, meaning that the decisions you make and the decisions that were made prior, the computer has adapted and has a library of those particular strategies, okay? So, but the thing is that Data, he's an AI as well. He's capable of trillions of calculations per second, almost on par with the computer. That being said, Data is going to have a huge handicap when it comes to the abilities of the people he has to communicate his orders to, and that's going to be the bridge crew. So the basic choice of the Kobayashi Maru at the start of it is this. You receive a distress call from the Kobayashi Maru in the neutral zone. You're outside the neutral zone. What do? If you stay outside the neutral zone, you sentence all of those people to death and basically not serve your role as captain, which is to safeguard the citizens of the Federation. As they are citizens of the Federation, it is your job to go over there and do that. But you have to take into consideration that if you do go into the neutral zone, you risk starting a war, which will not only risk the lives of the people on the ship and the lives of the people on your vessel, but the lives of the very people who you are trying to protect, the Federation. So what we know of Data is this. Data will risk saving the lives of the crew. The good of the many outweighs the needs of the few or the one. So Data is gonna he's gonna go over there and he's gonna try to save the people of the Kobayashi Maru in such a way that he could try to get out of the neutral zone before any conflict happens. That's going to be his character thing. He's going to go and try to save him based on everything that we know about Lieutenant Commander Data in Star Trek canon. He is a selfless individual. Just right off the bat, think of what he did for saving Captain Picard in the terrible movie Star Trek Nemesis. Yeah, that's the kind of person Data is. Data emulates Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes is a person that investigates to solve murders, which helps people. So that's what Data does. That's his character. So he will enter the neutral zone, and the test will begin with the Klingon vessels decloaking and attacking his vessel. Now, will Data be able to beat the Kobayashi Maru? So out of all of this video, long story short, no. Data would not be able to defeat the Kobayashi Maru. And that's simply because of the lack of speed between what he is trying to do and how the crew will be receiving it. the adaptability of the Kobayashi Maru program, and the fact that without reprogramming the Kobayashi Maru, it is basically a no-win situation. Scenario. Okay, Dow, he had to take it 12, 13 times before he was able to pass that test. So that being said, oh yeah, and the fact that data has been outsmarted strategically before, not only once, but by several people that wasn't even, genius level or, superhuman level type individuals. I believe the data would do well, but he will ultimately succumb to the Kobayashi Maru. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If I covered anything, if you guys learned anything from the test of the Kobayashi Maru, a little bit on the neutral zone and a little bit on other Organians and data. Put it in the comments. Let me know if I was wrong. I could be. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And as always, peace, recycle, and say the wheels. You guys be cool.